Red River Shootout, Texas, Oklahoma, Saturday, 3:30 Eastern Time on ABC. This game preview is presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. I have to tell you, friends, I'm very upset that we will not be here. But last week's results sort of had to change our plans. It's not my fault. Blame it on Sark. Blame it on Texas. Not my fault. This is my favorite game in college football. I said what I said. There's no yeah, but. There's no whatabouts. The Red River Shootout, known by no other name on this show, is my favorite game. It's my favorite rivalry game. It's my favorite game to go to. I went there 2 years ago. You're looking at B-roll. Bradley's rolling it right now. That is halftime. This is halftime of the game. It's a one-tunnel stadium, much like the Big House in Ann Arbor. And so if you're on the field like we are for the game, you just run up the tunnel at halftime, go out there, grab your funnel cake. There's powdered sugar right there on the black tee. I won a chicken. I secured this video, which became one of my most used gifts. Look at the flip-a-chick. That's a much, much more difficult game than it looks like it is, and it looks difficult. You just got spinning pots, and you got to flip a chicken into it. Anyway, wow, what a world we live in now. 3-2 versus 5-0. Now, if I told you that in July, a lot of you would have said, oh, really, Oklahoma's already going to have 2 losses, huh? But no, that's not the case. The case, ladies and gentlemen, is the Texas Longhorns are 3-2 against the 5-0 undefeated Oklahoma Sooners. And I ask the great question that gets asked a lot around these parts. Whomst have thunk it? Roll it, Bradley. It's not absolutely crazy to think Texas could be a 2-loss team when they go into the Red River Shootout, known by no other name on this show. Texas plays Ohio State in week 1, okay? They are a 3.5-point dog in that game. They also play at Florida a few weeks later. That's not a layup. Texas will be favored very slightly as it stands right now in that game at Florida. And that's a tough, tough game. That's the week before they play OU, by the way. Yeah, Texas could lose both of those. They could certainly win both of those. But look on the Oklahoma side. Bradley, show me Oklahoma's schedule right quick. So there's at least a case to be made that Texas, not much returning production, new starting quarterback, they could stumble a couple of times on the road. Oklahoma will have not even been on the road. Ironically, by the time they play Texas, the only road game Oklahoma will have played is Temple. That was from July. Did we call it? Some say yes. Make no mistake, this is a must-win for Texas. In many ways, it is a must-win for Texas. John Mateer, Oklahoma quarterback, questionable. According to our FanDuel sources, 82% of the against the spread wagering in this game is on Oklahoma, and yet, despite all that, Texas is favored. And we did confirm today that Texas minus 1.5 is a number that assumes John Mateer starts. If John Mateer is ruled out of this game, according to our FanDuel sources, you're looking at Texas minus about 5.5. Is that shocking to a lot of you? Yes, it is. I would encourage you, if you think it's a flawed number, go bet it until your heart is content. That's not a hypothetical. You could bet this number right now. Anyway, if you're just here for the game preview, what if John Mateer can't go? There is a world where I do believe actually in the world we live in that he's very questionable. I do believe it's going to be a game-time decision. It's a hand. It's not like he's recovering from a knee or an ankle or whatnot, where you have a timeline that you can trust because you've been down that road a million times. So I do think he's a game-time decision. This is not an ideal situation for Brent Venables, but that's why you win the Michigan and Auburn games. So you don't have to win this thing Saturday. The season's not over if you lose it, but if he doesn't start and Michael Hawkins goes, I and about 14 of you watched the Oklahoma-Kent State game. Okay, if Michael Hawkins has to start against Texas, Oklahoma needs a game plan where 17 points wins them the game. And look, they could pitch a shutout against Texas. Like, that's in the cards. I'm just saying if Hawkins has to go, boy, they really got to throttle it down. The whole game's going to get throttled down. Now, if Mateer does go, is he 100%? It's one thing for him to take the first snap. What does he look like on snap 1? What does he look like on snap 61? Do they use a 2 QB system? Does he go in and they fully intend to play him the whole way and he just can't do it? What does the ball look like coming out of his hand? Can he grip the ball the way he needs to? These are questions they're asking. Hey, really quick timeout. We'll get right back to the video. Do me one favor. Make sure you're subscribed. It helps us keep the show free. It helps us keep the lights on. It helps us keep doing college football year-round, and we appreciate it. All right, back to the video. But yeah, they don't know. No one knows out there. OU's been practicing indoors. I'm pretty sure armed security surrounding the perimeter. No one's getting a look. And then you listen to Brent Venables' press conference, and he's like, John, I don't even know if he's in the building. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, guys. I don't know. I'm not making fun of Brent Venables because I would play it every bit as dumb as he's played it this week. It's brilliant tactically. So that's the yes-no of if John Mateer plays. Now, the Texas dilemma. Oh, Josh, you mean the Arch Manning dilemma, right? No, I don't mean the Arch Manning dilemma. I'm not writing for the New York Times. No, I've actually watched all of Texas's games. So I know it's the Texas dilemma. There are 4 teams. You want a paper popper? There are 4 teams in Texas that are top 50 in rush yards per game, and the University of Texas is not one of them. I think I need to repeat it because some of you are washing dishes right now and I'm just background noise. This is so inexplicable. There are 4 teams in the state of Texas, top 50 rushing yards per game. Texas, not one of them. Big humans, endless tailbacks, top quarterback in the country, all the advantages in the world, and you can't crack the top 50 in rushing offense. Their running backs against Florida, 9 carries for 11 yards. In 2 games against Ohio State and Florida, Arch Manning was pressured in 35 of 78 dropbacks. So it's not like they're giving him ample time to throw and his tailbacks are churning 5.5, 6 yards per carry and he's got racehorse receivers all over the place and he just sucks. Again, contrary to what the New York Times Twitter account would lead you to believe. Pathetic. No, what's happening here is it is a fumbling on multiple fronts offensively for Texas so far. And now you get to try and get right against Oklahoma, the number 5 run defense in the country, number 4 pressure rate, number 9 pass blitz rate. Can Sark bite them on that, by the way? You know, you get after the quarterback so much, and then you go up against a guy that's willing to draw you in, screen, score. Wow, that's the difference in a low-scoring game. Could happen. I don't feel easy about it. I don't feel great about it, but could happen. Here's a pre-padlock stat. Just something I'm focused on in this game. We have a stat in-house. I don't even know that we've ever talked about it on the show. It's not revolutionary. We just make up our own language. Cap buster plays. You've got the explosive plays, but we love cap buster plays around here. Because why run for 20 yards when you can run for 40-plus yards? Cap busters are 40-plus yard plays. OU, not great, 125th in the country. Texas, in the 50s. Does Texas have to respect the deep ball in this game? So, in other words, what does John Mateer show that he can do? Because if he doesn't show he can do a whole lot, OU has not run the ball particularly well themselves this year. And conversely, can Texas wide receivers get separation? Because we got questions about the speed in that room. And so if neither of them can hit the cap buster, I don't trust either of them to put together sustained long drives. The total in this game is 43.5, and you're looking at a solid under in that case. Here's the hang up. I just mentioned it with Oklahoma. All right, Oklahoma is looked at publicly as the decided favorite in this game. Most of the public is stunned. Most of the public thinks FanDuel is giving away free money to offer Oklahoma plus points, period. You think you should be laying points with OU. What? They're undefeated. Texas has got 2 losses. It's a neutral site game. How does this happen? There's no clear RB1 at Oklahoma either. Their tailbacks are averaging 3.75 yards per attempt. Against Power 4 teams, it's 2.7 yards per attempt. So if you got a questionable quarterback, and then you've got a ground game that's not lighting the world on fire against a defense it's unlikely to find its way against, then what are you really doing? Like, how are you convincing me you're a solid favorite? You're not. That's why the point spread is what it is. Texas, number 11 run D in the country, and Texas has their backs against the wall here. And let it be remembered, not known, let it be remembered around here. I'm the one who called them to be a 2-loss team going into Dallas. I'm the one who told you unequivocally they will lose against Florida last week. I'm the one who had Oklahoma top 10 preseason. I'm the one that picked Mateer to win the Heisman Trophy. What I'm trying to say is I kind of think I'm the authority on this game. Let's take a look at what the model thinks. Model's got the same thing FanDuel does. Texas minus 1.5. And yet I'm telling you, Texas is going to win this game. They've got to have it. Oklahoma would like to have it. Texas has got to have it. The result will make little sense to the public, but we are not deep enough into this season yet to where what you have been is just what you always will be. All right, it is up to Texas, and they got a very highly paid coaching staff, to find something this week. How do we fix this offensive line? Play better. You're a scholarship lineman at the University of Texas. Okay, you're a 7-figure position coach, coordinator, multi-million-dollar head coach, earner. You've got to find it. That's what they pay you for. That's what the money's for. Well, that scene in Mad Men was actually about Texas and their odds against Oklahoma. I think Texas is going to win this game. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But with these teams, I haven't been a whole lot this year.